You have to do whatever you're comfortable with. But you're not going to get it the way it ought to be. You can get it to a level where it's functional. That is, when I say get what the way it ought to be, get any relationship the way it ought to be, particularly this thing called quote-unquote marriage, girlfriend, boyfriend, etc., 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 care mate, which is what the code calls it. You can choose a care mate, a mate that cares for you, and you care for her, according to the code. But do not, under any circumstance, ever expect it to be the way that it should be. You can only get it to a functional level. Why? The white supremacists are not going to allow any non-white person to be in a so-called relationship with another non-white person that is the way it ought to be. That's why white supremacy needs to be eliminated and replaced with a system of justice. They don't allow that. If they allowed that, that would be a huge reason not to even get rid of racism. I mean, why get rid of something that's not giving you a problem? But the racists make sure that all so-called relationships between non-white people are going to be a problem between non-white people. They're not going to be able to get along under this system. That's not happening. Even when we think it's happening, it's not happening. Now, what do I mean by get along? I mean according to the criteria, the way it should be, with people who are in the universe, people who are completely in tune with everything that is constructive in the known universe. And you cannot have a constructive relationship between a black male, for instance, and a black female in a non-constructive society. And the system of white supremacy makes everything non-constructive when it comes to non-white people. So we can reach a level of acceptability, which is what we all do. Everybody's required to do that. But look at it like what it is, a prison system. You can't make a prison system the way that it ought to be other than not have a prison system, an illegitimate prison system. And the system of white supremacy is an illegitimate prison system. So if you're born in that system, everything in it is tainted